Morning, everyone. Hope you're all doing well today. It is a nice grey morning in London. We're drinking black coffee, no sugar, no milk, like we always do. And today I wanted to share two things. First of all, my favorite pens for journaling. These are the Pentel Energels, 0.7 millimeters. And I'm also going to share a tip for journaling, a question I ask myself every time I'm faced with a decision and I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to continue with something, perhaps. There's a new venture on the horizon. We'll get to that in a minute. But before that, we will talk about my absolute favorite pen. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold. Beg your pardon. As I say, these are the Pentel Energels, and they use a standard refill size. So you will find this refill size in a bunch of other pens, like the Zebra Sarasa, which I also like. And in fact, sometimes I use the refills from that for these. And there are many, many other pens that use this size, but I absolutely love this pen. It's a good size for my hand, a little bit too long, but it's not heavy, so you don't really feel the length of it. Very comfortable to write. The grip is made of rubber with a kind of wavy pattern on it, so it never falls out of your hand. It is super, super smooth to write with, and what I love most of all is that the ink dries incredibly quickly, so you don't smudge it. I have a habit of moving my hands around quite a bit, but I wanted something that flowed very well, but was also quick to dry. So if you like the quick drying aspect of a ballpoint pen, but you want something that flows better, I think these are really good, and they're quite cheap. I mean, I think you can pick them up if you buy them in packs of 12 for under $1 each sometimes, if you go on eBay or elsewhere, which is quite reasonable because they last a decent amount of time. I mean, I write about 3 of these Rhodia A5 pages per day, and this will usually last me about 6 weeks, something like that, sometimes more. So yeah, we'll talk in another video about why I have all of these colors, apart from just liking them. I do have a particular system that I follow. It's not particularly sophisticated, but I find it really helpful. So I wanted to talk about a really useful way of journaling, and a useful way of just thinking about your life. And that is, do I win even if I lose? Hopefully you can see that. It's a question I ask myself all the time when I'm considering doing something, continuing in a venture. For example, if I made a job offer and I'm wondering whether to accept it, or I have a new idea for something that I'd like to make, and the process will involve me learning new things. It will involve time. It will probably involve some financial investment. Do I win even if I lose? So in other words, let's say I want to build a new pen. I don't know how to make pens, let's say. I'm going to have to learn. I'm going to have to learn the software. I'm going to have to learn how the materials work. I'm going to spend a lot of time on this, and I'm going to have to invest myself into it. Or if I'm considering starting a business with some friends of mine and it's speculative, there's a startup, we don't know if there is yet product market fit for the particular thing, or maybe I'm considering going somewhere where there's going to be people that I'll meet. What's going to happen at that place? Is there an art exhibition? Is there something interesting happening? Do I win even if the primary outcome of what I want to achieve doesn't succeed? So if the pen I make doesn't work very well, or it doesn't sell, or um, yeah, or if the business venture doesn't quite work out as I would have wanted it to, where will I be in holistically looking at my life? Where will I be at that point? If I have acquired skills, if I have grown as a person in that experience, I will then be set up for other experiences, other bigger perhaps projects and uh, opportunities, right? I think we forget this sometimes. I think we just look at the bottom line, like, will this make me money? Will I, meet the love of my life? Will I, whatever? Um, and it's good to be goal driven. Don't get me wrong. You should have the goal is the goal. You have to have it in mind. But you should also, you'll perhaps benefit if you think about what you're going to gain, even if you don't achieve the primary outcome. I often, when I start writing, I very frequently do morning pages, so it's stream of consciousness or something similar to morning pages. And if I get stuck at a particular point, I remind myself, okay, let's ask this question: do I win even if I lose? And I'll make a list of all of the things that I will have, even if the venture fails. I'll also look at the costs. What is it going to cost me to do this? It's going to cost, however many dollars or pounds, this much time, this much energy. I'll have to sacrifice time and energy from other things that I value. And I compare the two, the costs with the benefits, even if I fail. I think you'll find if you ask this every so often, you will be in a better position to make decisions, and you will also be less worried about the decisions that you take, because you'll see that there's an opportunity to grow, whether it fails or succeeds. So I hope this helps you. Keep journaling, keep using stationery, and have a great day.